early, but it may take it just a little bit to get hooked up. Oh, hold my breath.
It'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, we are on. All right. Welcome everybody to Needlepoint TV, the Thursday, July the 9th episode. I'm delighted to be here with you all this afternoon, and we have a real treat. Sarah from Shandal Needlework in Houston is going to give us a tour of her beautiful shop. She's actually created a special collection of canvases for us, floral designs or things with flowers on them, so that we can really good view of the things that she has that you might want to take a peek at if you're going to be joining us for the flowers, for the Fabulous Flowers Workshop on July the 25th. So I think what we'll do now is I'm going to turn it over to Sarah, and we'll let her just give us a tour of her beautiful canvases. So here we go. Let me fix this so that you are all set. And all righty, everyone, meet Sarah.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good deal. All right. So I know Sarah was going to, we'll let her get in position where she wants to be. And then if you will, just tell us a little bit about the canvases that you have, and then we will. All right, I can see your beautiful face. I think if you'll flip the camera around, then we'll be good to go. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. So, all right.
Okay, so these are a collection of canvases that I think could be perfect for the workshop. And so these are specifically floral canvases. So this is another huge, beautiful piece. And then there's a lot of stitches that you can do with these too.
Absolutely. Oh, I love the dogwood. So pretty.
And then there's a butterfly and dragonfly in that.
Oh, fun.
That's another one. That's a Maggie. That's
I was going to ask
piece
you. Yeah, that's a Maggie and Company design. Love that one.
That's another pretty piece. It's a good size. It's like this 8x8.
Yeah.
And then these are coaster size.
Okay.
This is really a pretty one too.
Love the window box. I can see all kinds of beautiful silk ribbon flowers in that window box for sure.
And then this one is You and I.
Uh-huh.
These are some eyeglass cases that have some flowers.
Yeah. Oh,
this is Pippin.
Oh, that's really cute. Love that one. I want them all. That's the problem.
This is a Seuss Fargo design.
Okay.
That's canvas, yeah.
Yeah, that's relatively new product to the needlepoint world, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, that's really pretty too. Oh, wow. I'm going to hop up and run grab something real quick. I'm going to let you keep showing everybody. You're doing a beautiful job. You've got just gorgeous stuff. I'll be right back, y'all.
That's another window box. It's really pretty.
Okay, good. Oh, I love the lady in the hat. That's really a fun piece.
That's another eyeglass case.
Yes.
That's a little Halloween hat.
Lovely.
Some crosses there. And that's the letter L.
Oh, wow. So pretty. Oh, I love the wild, it looks like wildflowers or maybe spring garden flowers in those rounds.
Yeah.
So pretty.
That's a Cook and Bradley, yeah.
Yes, they have beautiful designs. Oh, wow. So many pretties to choose from. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, I love the one that's got the alphabet, the ABC and the flower.
Right.
Is that a Kelly Clark?
Yeah, that's a Kelly Clark.
So pretty. That's a fun one too. That one would be real. Well, all of these would be great for the different things that we're going to be talking about during our workshop. So just lovely.
And then I'm going to turn over to another wall, which is a mixed variety, but there's some floral. That would
Okay.
work.
Oh, yes. I love that's a Zecca, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty.
So this is similar in a different color vein.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Oh, and that one's pretty. That reminds me of fall.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice one too.
Yeah, that is. That's a great design. Yeah, and that's the thing too, in the workshop that we're going to be doing, you know, the designs that people use don't have to be, if you choose to purchase a canvas or to pull one from your stash, if you have one, the design doesn't have to be all flowers. It can definitely be something like one of these where there are just some flowers on the canvas. So I'm so glad you're sharing these with us, because that's definitely something that you know, we're going to be talking about too. Oh, look, I love the cow. That's too fun. Yeah, lovely. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Oh, wow. Oh, I love the box too. Is that a Funda Scully box, or is it a
That is Kate Dickerson.
Kate Dickerson? Okay. Okay. I know you said that you do have a Funda Scully trunk show. So y'all, if you're interested in the Funda Scully boxes, you need to make sure that you check back with Sarah, because I know she'd be more than happy to share pictures of those canvases too. So, oh, the little mouse, or that's a bunny. Is that a bunny rabbit or is that a mouse?
Bunny rabbit, yeah.
Bunny rabbit. Okay, cute. So wonderful. Hard to choose a favorite, isn't it?
That's a cute fox too.
Oh, yes, he's adorable. And that basket is really pretty too. Love that. Oh, and Charlie Harper. You can't ever go wrong with Charlie Harper. Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, wow. Love that one. Now that's okay. Lee Designs. Lee does some beautiful flowers for, and something that a lot of people may not realize, so many of her canvases she does do on the colored canvas, which is really interesting. It makes for a really fun way to stitch the background. You can let the colored canvas show through, and it's really very attractive. So.
Oh, okay. Let me let them know. Give me 1 second. She's on the video, and she said when Ellen talks, it goes to her, so they can't see the canvases.
Oh, they can't see the canvases, supposedly. It's going to you.
Whatever she's.
Let me.
Oh, when you speak, that it goes to you.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
So they said you need to start again because they missed most.
Oh, they missed most of it, Ellen.
Okay, what we're going to do then, I'll keep my mouth shut. And we'll let
You
you
want
go.
us to start?
Yeah,
You
we'll
want
just,
us to
I'm
start
going to
again?
mute myself because I can't help myself. They're so pretty. So we'll just let you walk back through. And I thought we had fixed that, but I will definitely hush. So y'all just watch and enjoy.
Well, I'm going to repeat the whole thing. Okay. Okay, we're going to start again. These are some of the pieces. This is basically the floral wall that we're going to go through. It's a nice piece. That's one of Sue Spargo's also. This is a nice Tuscan door. And these are some big flowers. This is a fun piece here too. That's a Valentine. That's an old piece from Melissa Shirley. And these are some smaller pieces here. They're about a 4-inch round square. And then we have Kelly Clark at the bottom. And those are some rounds from Kirk and Bradley. That's a nice, actually, window box. Is the speed okay with everybody?
I'm gonna jump in and say yes, it's good. So just keep going. Now
Okay.
I'm gonna mute myself again.
Okay, and that's eyeglass cases. So those are kind of practical too. And then these are a good size class project also. It's about a 5x5 round. This one here is a good one too. That's the new piece from Maggie. They come in different colorway. Okay. It's a Melissa Shirley Halloween piece. Those are letters. So they have different letters with those floral behind backgrounds to them. Okay, now I'm going to turn around to the other wall. Take you back. Okay, so this is a miscellaneous. So there's some floral pieces here that can be used for the project. A little bigger pieces. That's a nice fall piece. And then those carrots, also great floral class piece. It's an oriental piece here. And I'm trying not to talk.
Okay, Sarah, I think you froze up on us, so I'm not sure. I haven't lost you, I don't think, but we may have to let you. I don't know. This is all new for us, so we may have to hop off and then hop back on, although I'm not sure. So let me go back to the main screen, and I'm going to, yeah, Sarah fell off. So her internet must have had an interruption there. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to pop back on with us, but in the event that she's not able to, then, well, we'll just keep going. So I will say I have, now this is an interesting thing. This is the first time that we've ever done this way. So what I'm doing is I'm watching I had to go grab my phone so that I could see the comments, because we're actually broadcasting live off of Zoom into the Facebook feed. So I wanted to be sure that I could see what everybody's comments were. And so yes, I know Heidi said frozen, so I think we did obviously lose Sarah, and I'm not sure that she knows that. So I don't really know at this point what the best thing to do is. I tell you, let's see if you the wonders of technology, huh? So let me see if I can reach out to her. Y'all hang tight. Let me see if I can send her a message in Messenger and see if she sees it, and we'll just keep going. So let's see. Let me tell her we lost her. Y'all hang on. And let me see. Okay. And if we can't get her to join us again, then what we'll do is we'll get her to take some pictures or maybe even do a little video, because she was going to share with us some of the different threads that you can use for the workshop, because I do have a list of the threads that I'm going to be using for the Fabulous Flowers workshop. And there were also some gadgets and things, but I'll do my best to pull up and share what I have, at least within arm's reach, with you all here this afternoon too. So while we're kind of waiting to see if she can join us again, what we will do is continue to, all right, that's not, all right, let me get back out of that and go back to the screen. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hope she can join us again. And if something happens and she can't, then, we'll just have some still pictures of the different kinds of things that she has in her shop, or perhaps she can film a video for us and then share it with us later. But I did want to chat with you some, so we'll just kind of switch gears here and talk a little bit about the different ways that you can add texture to your needlepoint canvases. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my screen with you of the blog post of this week's blog post, because there is a new blog post over on the Serendipity Needleworks website, and it's all about adding texture to your needlepoint canvases. So let me find that really quickly and we'll take a peek at that. And so here we go. So there you can see this, that's good old Henry Ford. Y'all know I love that quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So Henry Ford famously said that many, many years ago. And at the crux of it is basically the way you look at things in life. And really and truly, that's the way I like to think about things. Is I like to think, okay, if I think I can't do it, then I'm probably right. I can't do it. But if I think I can, then I'm going to be, I'm going to build myself up, and I'm going to convince myself that I can do it, and just believe that I can and give it a try. Then I'm much more likely to be able to be successful with that. So whenever I'm in doubt, I always pull out that good old handy dandy quote and remind myself that I can do things that I think I can do. And the only way to know for sure is to try. And so I think about that when I'm teaching needlepoint too, because I know so many times people get some hung up about whether or not they can actually do what they want to be able to do. And the first step is really to just believe in yourself, to give yourself, the benefit of the doubt that you can actually achieve what you want to do. Because I think they say, there's another quote, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And, you just have to dive in and and try. So in talking about adding texture to your canvases, there are several things that you can do, and that's what this blog post is all about. But the main thing is getting past or getting over yourself. You know, you have to get beyond the fact that you think you can't and realize that you can indeed add decorative stitches, add depth and dimension and texture to your canvases by using those decorative stitches and fancy threads. So you have the tools that you need at your disposal. It's just knowing how to use those tools in the best way to create the kinds of projects that you want to create for yourself. So now I am hearing, hang on one second. Let's see. Sarah's back. Okay, good deal. I was hoping me hearing that was what was happening.
Okay.
Good deal. She's back. Okay, so we'll stop me talking and I'm going to let her, let me make her.
Okay, Ellen, I'm on my phone now. Somehow my iPad froze.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to be quiet and we're going to let you share with us. Maybe now would be a good time to go and take a peek of the peek at the different ribbons and threads and things like that that you had pulled. So,
yes. So we're going to walk over to, can I? Okay, I'm going to walk over to the threads. I need to switch the camera. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm going to go to the accessories on the table first. So this is the ribbon laying tool that Ellen was mentioning. Okay, and you can also use a trolley if you want to. But these are, so they come in two different sizes, the short ones and the long ones. Okay, and then these are some of the scissors that you can use. That is the thread zap. And we also have the, my brain's gone dead on the fray check, right? So there's also fray check, but we're out of fray check right now, but that's another option. This is also another great thing to have for ribbon work. It's called the needle puller. So that's another thing. Then the needles that Ellen had mentioned, the tapestry and the chenille. And these are some of the threaders. That's a blue marker, water soluble. And then we're going to walk over to some of the threads. I'm going to start with fuzzy stuff. Now, there are a lot more colors than this. This is just part of it. But just to give you an idea what the threads are, this is Entice. Then this one is Flare. It's a love-hate relationship with this thread. And then Glisten. Neon Rays. That's Neon Rays Plus, which has the shimmer in it. Nordic Gold. And then that's Petite Frosty Rays, also comes in the regular. And that's Petite Silk Lame. I love this thread. And then this is the silk lame. This is on 18, silk lame for 18 mesh. Splendor, we all know Splendor. Then that's Velvet. Now Velvet comes in the regular, the petite, and the overdye. This is the fun part, the ribbon. So this is 4mm in the solid colors. And then this is 4mm, but in the variegated. And there are lots more colors than this. And then this is 7mm. And this is the overdyed or the variegated. The beautiful colors, love the ribbons. Then that's Impression, another favorite. Watercolors. Can't get any texture like watercolors, I think. And then that's Water Lilies. Pepper Pot. And This is the strandable planet Earth. Now we also have the single strand. This is strandable. And the strandable comes in overdyed as well as the solid. This vineyard silk. And then DMC floss. And then that's the DMC pearl cotton. And then we have the silk moire and serica coming. But this is Soie d'Alger, another good substitute. Okay. Also, Soie Cristal would also be another good substitute. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give it back to you, Ellen.
Okay, thank you so much, Syra. I appreciate that so very much. You did a beautiful job sharing with us, and beautiful threads. So you all can see all of the different textures that are available that you can use on flowers, flower centers, you know, stems, leaves. So you can see that there are all kinds of different options, and Syra has graciously and generously agreed to help anybody who is in need of getting some threads for whatever project. It doesn't necessarily have to be for the Fabulous Flowers workshop at the end of July, but she was so gracious to pull some things so that people could see the kinds of threads that I will be using, and to give you an opportunity to, if you would like to either add to your canvas stash by looking at the several canvases that she shared with us earlier. And I know there's some people people checked to, you know, or we're making comments over here, and I'm having to look at the comments in the feed on my phone. And I was noticing that there were some people who were interested in specific canvases. So my best suggestion is to actually just reach out to Syra if there was one that you were particularly interested in, and just describe it to her. And then I'm sure that she'll be able to help you figure out which one it was, because I know she knows the canvases that she has in stock obviously much better than I do. So like I said, my best suggestion would be just to reach out to her. She has a wonderful website. It is chandalneedlework.com. And let me see if I can type that while I've got y'all right here with me. Let's see. I can't type and talk. Y'all know that at the same time. So I'm going to have to be quiet and do this. Let's see. All right. So there we go. I think that's right. So what I'm going to do too is I'm going to hop over here and check quickly to make sure that it doesn't have an S on the end of it. And let's see. Let me go. I've got to do a little bit of fancy footwork here. Y'all hang on just a second. Just quick typing here. Uh-oh, whoops. Yeah, that's the right email, the right website address. So what I'll do actually is I'll go ahead and share my screen so that y'all can see what Syra's website looks like. So this is what you'll see when you go to chandalneedlework.com. She does have her phone number and her email address up in the top right corner. And so that's the best way to get in touch with her. And then she does also have a Funda Scully trunk show in store right now. So if you're interested in learning more about that, she does have, let me just click on that. She's got some pictures. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I think they're down here. So here we go. So you can see some pictures here. And actually, even that bunny, that would be a great little project that you could use some silk ribbon embroidery techniques on. So there are a variety of different canvases, although these are very small projects. Those are fun things too. So don't discount that, because you can definitely use one of the canvases that she shared from her shop on the special wall that she created for us, or she does have those canvases from the trunk show. So in talking about different ways to add texture to your needlepoint canvases, you can definitely do that through the different threads, which is one of the things that we just got to see in Syra's store. The different textures of threads like fuzzy stuff, of course silk ribbon, has a different texture than silk thread. It's a ribbon type thread. So any type of a ribbon type thread as opposed to a stranded thread is going to give you a different look, going to give you a different texture. You can use the different decorative stitches to add depth and dimension to your canvases. So you can use layered stitches. You can use surface embroidery stitches, freestyle surface embroidery stitches, things like bullion stitches and lazy daisies and French knots. In addition to silk ribbon embroidery stitches or silk ribbon embroidery techniques, things like the Japanese ribbon stitch. You can also do surface embroidery stitches in silk ribbon. You can do lazy daisies in silk ribbon. You can do French knots in silk ribbon. So you have a variety of different things that you can do with the different threads. And when you pair those with different stitches with different threads, then you get completely different looks. And then you are able to add a variety of different textures to your canvases. And it just adds exponential possibilities when you do begin to mix and match those different stitches with the different threads. So even if you're working with primarily, say, just DMC embroidery floss or pearl cotton, you can add a huge assortment of texture to your canvas by pairing those different threads with the different stitches. So the one thing that you do, you could do some, I'm going to say, let's see, some of the ribbon type threads like Neon Rays and Neon Rays Plus and Petite Frosty Rays, some of those threads, you can do you can do surface embroidery stitches with those really relatively easily. The silk ribbon embroidery techniques really do, the ribbon itself, the silk ribbon lends itself best to those techniques because of the way that you have to execute the stitches. But that's not to say that you can't create beautiful flowers using some ribbon type threads. They don't necessarily have to be silk ribbons. So, and there is Splendor. There is a Splendor silk ribbon. Rainbow Gallery has a silk ribbon thread, or a silk ribbon rather, and it's just their Splendor silk ribbon. And so there are other companies that make silk ribbon besides River Silks. River Silks just happens to be my favorite. So, you also have your overdyed silk threads or silk ribbons. Gloriana has some beautiful ones. YLI is another company that does some really nice silk ribbons. And then there's another company called Thread Gatherer, and she has some beautiful silk ribbons as well. So, and I'm sure there are others out there that I'm just not thinking of right now, but those are some of the more easy to find. Now, the three most easy to find are probably going to be Gloriana, River Silks, and YLI. The Thread Gatherer is a little bit trickier to find. So, all right. So what I want to make sure that I do, let me see if anybody has any questions about anything, because we did have just a little bit of a hiccup there, some technical issues. I did mention that there's a brand new blog post on the Serendipity Needleworks website, and it's talking about adding texture to your canvases. If you get the Serendipity Needleworks weekly email, I mentioned in that this month's, well, it was just mailed out. I just got mine, I guess it was over the weekend, my copy of Needlepoint Now magazine. And my article, the name of the series is called Stitching with Confidence. And so I did an article about the crisscross Hungarian stitch. So that's a great stitch that you can use to add texture and dimension to your canvases. You can use a ribbon type thread like I did in the article. I used Neon Rays, but you can also use other kinds of threads to add depth and dimension to your canvases. You could use the crisscross Hungarian stitch on a large flower petal if you had a canvas that had a big flower on it. I'm thinking in terms of something like a Jean Smith canvas. A lot of Jean Smith's canvases have big flowers on them. So you have big areas that you can use to embellish with the different stitches. Of course, we'll be talking about all that kind of stuff in the flowers workshop that we'll be doing on July 25th. But if you get the weekly emails, then you got the stitch diagram for how to do the crisscross Hungarian stitch in that email, in case your Needlepoint Now magazine hasn't gotten to you yet. So, and if you don't get that magazine, I can't recommend it highly enough. It's the only consumer publication that's available for purchase to stitchers that I'm aware of. Now, there is a publication that is put out by the American Needlepoint Guild, but that's a different kind of an animal. It's not, it's similar but different. So if you're a member of the American Needlepoint Guild, then that comes with your membership. That particular magazine comes with your membership fee. And then there's also another magazine that comes with the Embroiderers Guild of America membership, which is another organization that you can join as a stitcher. That some people call it EGA. And they have a publication as well, but they're very different from the Needlepoint Now magazine. So if you can, I know there are a couple of ways you can get that. You can pick it up in your local needlework shop. I imagine that Cyrus carries it in her store, and then you can also subscribe to it and have it delivered to your home. And something they've just recently started doing, which is something I think is super cool, you can purchase back issues. Now yeah, that's right. Back issues of different issues that are no longer available in print. So I know that there were, maybe it was late last year, what Elizabeth did was she made back issues available at a discounted price. So if you were missing some issues and you like to collect them like I do, then you could go and order some of the issues that you were missing and fill in with your, fill in your gaps. But, she ran out of several of the issues. So what they've done is they've made digital copies of some of the issues available, and they're planning to continue to add more and more to their library. So if there's something that you're missing and you'd like to fill in, you can definitely still hop over to their website. It's needlepointnow.com and check out their digital issues that you can purchase. And I think that's a really fun way to have access to those issues as well. So, all right. So let's see. I think that, one thing what we'll do quickly, well, actually we've already gone to 3:30. I don't know. We'll do this really fast. Let me see if I can do this really fast. I wanted to pop over and just share with you inside or over on the Serendipity Needleworks website. Let me do that really fast. So we were doing that and then we stopped. And so basically, I know there's some people who are new to using decorative stitches on their canvases. A lot of people have done their needlepoint work or their needlepoint projects for years and years, or even are new to needlepoint and have done primarily basket weave or tent stitch. So if you wanted to work a canvas in decorative stitches, you would be taking it from like this example here of my Tuscaloosa canvas, and you would be embellishing it with different stitches and threads to create what I call a three-dimensional piece of fiber art. And that's something that I think so many of us as stitchers have a tendency not to think of ourselves as, but you really are. You're a needle artist because you're taking a two-dimensional flat painted canvas like that ornament there, that charming little Kathy Schenkel ornament that she was so sweet to do for my shop before we closed it up a couple of years ago. And then I took it and did some different stitches. You can see the trees were stitched in French knots, and I used a variety of different over-dyed threads from Threadworks to create that shading there. And then the sky is worked in a slanted encroached Gobelin stitch, and it's worked in wait a minute, let me think, water lilies, Caron Collection water lilies. And then the Denny Chimes itself is worked in watercolors, which is the cotton version of the Caron Collection overdyed thread. Water lilies is the strandable silk. And then the water is worked in silk lame braid, that's T-stitch. And one of the really fun features of this canvas, I worked the lights in a glow in the dark thread. So when you turn the lights off after this ornament's been in the either in the daylight or absorbing light from the light fixtures, when you turn the lights off, the light posts or the little lamps or lanterns on the light post, they glow in the dark. It's really fun. And then the sidewalk is worked in a horizontal brick stitch. It's in I believe that's water lilies too. And then impressions, no, I take that back. That's Splendor for the grass, because I did a whole article about using Splendor and the stitch that I used on this particular ornament and that's actually the reverse mosaic stitch. And then the boat itself is worked in just 10th stitch. So you can see how you can take simple decorative stitches or canvas embroidery stitches. The French knots are freestyle surface embroidery stitches, but you can take a very plain canvas and then you can add lots of depth and dimension to it by just adding a variety of different kinds of threads. The cloud is worked in 10th stitch, but I used some Whisper combined with Bellaluso to make the cloud look fluffy, and the word Tuscaloosa is beaded. So that's just another way. And actually, you can see here, there was no cloud. I actually drew an outline around the word Tuscaloosa so that the name of the city would be in a cloud. So there are all kinds of things that you can do to gussy up a very simple ornament, and you don't have to, throw every stitch from the stitch books at the canvas to make it really look fun. So I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew that this blog post was there, and I do go into more detail here about how to add texture step by step, different things that you would want to do when you were beginning to think about adding texture to your canvases using different stitches and threads. So make sure you check out this week's blog post on the Serendipity Needleworks website. And as always, it's a joy to be here with you today. I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to be with us. I appreciate your patience as we worked through our little technical hiccup there. And I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon. Until next week, happy stitching, and thanks again for joining me. Bye for now.